I tried earlier to go live. I made it about 20 minutes on this YouTube channel. Um, then lost my internet. Sorry about that. For those of you who were watching that, this I'm not recording live. Well, I'm recording it live, but it won't be live when it drops on BTWN Guy YouTube channel. Today is February 18, and this is downtown Ottawa. This owner of this RV was just arrested in a dramatic. It wasn't violent. It wasn't. It was just notable what he said when he got out. So I'm going to play that for you in a minute. But this is live. Right now it is 2 p.m. in northeast Pennsylvania, and they are towing his RV. They have extracted him from there. They're clearing portions of Ottawa. The police are moving forward, seemingly at a snail's pace, but they're surrounding the protesters, always giving the protesters an opportunity to walk away. When push comes to shove, the protesters seemingly always back down. There's different YouTube channels that are covering this right now. They're all covering the same thing. So obviously we've got some tow truck operators that are willing to go in there and be the bad guy for sure, towing away. There were 2 RVs on this particular street blocking it. One had already left on its own, and this one didn't leave on its own. It was surrounded by police, and the guy didn't come out until, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them went in there. This is the footage I'm about to show you of him being pulled out. I think right about now I think he got pulled out that window. Not 100% sure. But he was yelling and screaming, and he had some things to say that I want to share with you after we watch this RV get pulled away. This back end being so low is going to be a problem. But things are changing down here. I prepared yesterday for quite a while to give you an update. The truckers, all these news outlets are saying, it's over, but the truckers are still saying we're standing firm. You can see a lot of the trucks there that the police will hope to remove. The thing is that the truckers they're committed to nonviolence. So when the policemen just walk up to you and tell you to back up, they do. And when the police say leave or we'll arrest, they apparently many of them do leave, and some of them are getting arrested. So again, it's not a problem that they're being peaceful, but the outcome of this peacefulness, when you have the Canadian government acting the way they are, is they're able to carry you away. I'll turn the volume up on this one. A few of the trucks are choosing to start up and leave on their own rather than get arrested. And quite a few of them are abandoned. So they were saying now that they're going to get this RV out of the way, this street here is going to allow a lot of the trucks to leave that want to leave. Okay, so here's the footage of the guy getting arrested. You'll hear him, interestingly enough, when he comes out of this rig, out of his camper, he's kind of pulled out in handcuffs. I think they went in there and handcuffed him and kind of carried him off his RV. And when he got out, he turns and he blesses. You can't see it very well because it's pretty far away, but he blesses the policemen who are arresting him. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. And he kind of bows to them because he's in handcuffs. All right, here we go. That's him yelling freedom.
This is unlawful! This is trespass! Yeah.
Breaking someone else's property in Canada by police. This is wrong. It's democracy, people. This man is standing peacefully, protesting for our freedoms, for your children can be free, and you don't have to show papers to enter any public institution.
So a fellow protester there pleading with police officers saying, hey, this guy is fighting for your own freedom. He's fighting for your freedom and for your children's freedom. And she's frustrated. Look at all those tow trucks ready to make some money towing protesters away. Those are the bad guys. Look over here and see. Oh, there's they're showing old footage of him being arrested there. What are they saying here?
By the book, according to CTV's Mark Mendelson, our security expert, and there we see the arrest of that man. Again, we are now a good 6 hours into this, and for the most part, things have remained calm and peaceful, but we are watching that police presence grow. I want to go back down now to the...
There's such scumbags. It has been 100% peaceful. 100% peaceful. It's ridiculous. That even when they went in that guy's RV, they're talking about
Conversations that I'm having.
They're talking about it being booby trapped and all these other things that there's no evidence. They have said they're going to be peaceful. They've always been peaceful.
That my earpieces may be dying here anyway from the cold, but I'll give you one shot here. I don't know if these guys want to talk at all, but maybe they don't. Did you want to say something? You're live. Go ahead.
I just want to say that for 2 years we've listened to the media present one side of the truth, and they've censored doctors calling on only experts that are approved by our government, and that is not a fair-sided argument. Presenting both sides of the argument is the true nature of science, to look at both sides, and if someone has a different opinion, we should be more interested in that than anything else. That's how we truly come to the end, and the media has led us down this path, and I think it's a good idea. They have come for us and our freedom. All we want to do is be free, have freedom of choice, and I think that's fair for every Canadian, including you, sir.
All right, thank you. And so I'm going to throw it back to you because I think I'm not sure I can hear you anymore, but there gives you a sense that, the voices of these protesters as the police are moving out the trucks, they're holding their ground both on the side of what they believe and in some cases they're holding the ground right here in the protest. I'll throw it back to you, Marcia.
Okay, Evan Solomon, thank you so much for all of that reporting.
Good on that lady. The CTV News Ottawa, I have watched their footage a few times, and more often than not, when they put a microphone in front of somebody, they say, "I don't want to talk to you. You tell lies. I don't want to talk to you." Do I have global? Is this one global? No. Turn this volume up. So the RV was here, and now I'm not sure what's going on. The next goal has got to be to get those trucks out.
You will be arrested. Leave North 1 Sussex.
I'm getting dizzy. I don't know about you. Oops.
Got every news thing on the planet watching. How is peaceful protesting? Children never I taught science. I was worried.
That guy's trying to leave. He's kind of stuck there. They look like they're being relatively successful in getting trucks out of there, little by little. It's really hard to drive one of these trucks. They're not made to travel without a trailer on them. So they're so light in the back end there that it's very, very difficult to drive in the snow, especially uphill. He's trying to do a 3-point turn.
Way out. Okay. So Marcia, it's clearing out where I am.
Yeah. And again, we're having one of those split screen moments where we see some trucks leaving. On the other side of the screen, we saw another arrest taking place as officers and protesters are continuing to have this standoff. Every once in a while, we see someone taken to the ground, and then there is an arrest made.
Yeah, and Marcia, just so people understand Ottawa, this is maybe a kilometer away from where Evan and Annie are right now, roughly. And so this is kind of like a back end, almost like a release valve. So if anybody on the front lines is feeling the pressure, or if that is filtering down towards where I am, a little further west, maybe this is the evidence that we are seeing, that word is going out, that it is time to go, that they are feeling the pressure, and that now they feel like they can go without any kind of ramifications, and that's potentially why we're seeing them leave now.
Okay, Michael Couture, thank you for all of that. We want to go back now to CTV's Annie Bergeron-Oliver, and again, before Annie begins her reporting, we do again want to mention to you that that crowd of police is growing at the encampment. Annie, over to you, you're live.
Hi, Marcia. Well, as you can tell, the police are really aggressively now trying to get the protesters to move out of the way. They're moving forward at a much faster rate than we've seen most recently. There are some protesters here, and this number has grown since we were just on the air live with you. As you can see, the police are really moving people forward. This comes very shortly after police went on the loudspeakers again, saying that anybody who did not leave this area, did not go north, would be arrested. Now, you can also tell the trucks behind. We've been talking about that for quite some time now. Those trucks do have people in them. They're getting in the process of moving. So we're going to move out of the way a little bit, but as you can tell, police are trying to get all the protesters out of the way to clear this street so that those big rigs are able to get out of the street all the way down Sussex, which once a police vehicle moves and once this line clears is a free path straight out.
Annie, you've been there for a bit. Are the protesters at the present time the same ones that were there 2 hours ago, or protesters moving in from elsewhere?
You know, it seems like there's a bunch of different people here. It's hard to tell, obviously, but it doesn't look like a lot of the same people. I'm sure some of them are here, but you know, what police are doing and have been doing for the last few hours is really squeezing people out and moving. So you don't really have a lot of say in which direction you go. We started out on the opposite side of these trucks straight ahead of us, got squished to the left-hand side, then near the Chateau Laurier again, then squished again and had to come a back way to get here. So you don't really have much of a say on where you're going. It does take quite some time, and there are a lot of police officers blocking separate entrances. The other thing that the officers are doing are ensuring, based on the number of lines and formations they have, that once they've cleared a zone, you are not able to get back in. As soon as you are out of the line, you cannot get back in.
Have we seen the officers on horseback move at all, Annie?
Hold on, we're moving a little bit, moving backwards. We did see the horses move. We can't see them from where we are right now, but the last time I checked, you know that Evan Solomon and I were talking about that divide, the split in the road. The one was coming down towards us, the other was going up a ramp. The last time I saw the horses, they were up on the top of that ramp, heading towards the other vehicles that are on Wellington. We are not on Wellington. We are on Sussex, which will be the street that will sort of be now the exit corridor for any of the vehicles that want to. And it may be hard to hear, but there are still police on the loudspeaker saying anybody that does not move north on Sussex, which is the direction we are moving, will be arrested. I'll let you hear a little bit of the sound.
They cut the line and stopped their
If you can't tell, here's the news crew's camera. And this is somebody that's actually standing right near where the news crew is, streaming live.
Right at the front lines right now. There's
another person. This is another individual as well.
There's a police car directly behind us. As you can tell, lots of people have gathered here. There's a few families as well. I'm not sure if they're watching or part of this protest. And there's a lot of people on our left-hand side here as well who are right at the front line.
Annie, are officers saying anything at all to the protesters?
So disgusting. I'd be embarrassed to be any one of you.
No, the officers, from what we've been experiencing, have not been engaging. The protesters, you may have just overheard that conversation. The woman saying, "How do you live with yourselves? You must be disgusted. There's a lot of shame on you." But so far, we haven't seen the police engaging at all. If you talk to the experts, they say that's part of the training, is to not engage despite whatever's being thrown their way.
And how far would you say this line has moved since the officers arrived en masse around 11:30?
So these, I think, and I'm not 100% sure, but at least some of these officers, or all of them, are the same group that we saw, a couple hours ago when we first started chatting, when they were back at Dali near the Westin Hotel. Many of these officers are the same ones. There were some additional officers that came from Rideau Street and joined in on the protest and to help the other officers, but a large number of these officers are the ones that came straight down past the Rideau Centre, and now they're here. So they've come quite a distance, since we first talked, but also given that it has been several hours, and there was also, that police intervention, it hasn't been that much movement either.
Okay, Annie Bergeron, Oliver, stay close. It is now after 2 o'clock Eastern Time, and we are continuing our live coverage of the operation in downtown Ottawa. Sorry, I'm listening to something else here. Of the operation in downtown Ottawa to remove the blockade that is now in its third week. Police wanted to put an end to this before the weekend, and we have seen for the last 6 or 7 hours a number of...
Well, there you go. There's an update. What's going on? Time will tell. Time will tell what the truckers do next. Absolutely crazy what's going on in Canada. You've been watching BTWN News on BTWN Guy YouTube channel. Hey, subscribe if you haven't already. See you.